Have you ever been in a relationship where everything feels off, but you can't quite identify why? Where despite how much you love her, nothing you do seems to be enough? Well, pay attention, because I'm about to outline 10 toxic behaviors that many people overlook and explain why, as a man, you should consider leaving if you notice even one of these signs. We've all experienced relationships where something feels wrong, yet we choose to ignore it because, well, love is blind, right? Wrong. Love shouldn't undermine your peace, distort your thoughts, or make you question your worth every single day. You might have heard people say it's merely a rough patch, that you can work through it, or that every relationship has its ups and downs. While that's true, there's a significant distinction between a rough patch and a toxic cycle that drains you emotionally. I'm not just here to highlight these toxic behaviors. I'm going to provide you with the exact tools and mindset to recognize them, shut them down, and walk away like a man who prioritizes his peace above all. It's not your responsibility to fix someone who's intent on breaking you. These are the 10 red flags you need to be vigilant about. If you notice even one of these in your relationship, it's time to pack your bags. Before we dive in, I want to take a moment to ask for your support. If you find this content valuable, please consider joining the channel membership or hitting that subscribe button. Your support is crucial for us to keep creating these videos and making them available to as many men as possible. Whether you choose to join or subscribe, it's all appreciated and helps keep the channel thriving. Now let's get into the 10 red flags every man should be aware of. Number 1. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is one of the most insidious yet destructive forms of toxic behavior in a relationship. It sneaks in gradually, and before you realize it, you're doubting yourself, questioning your reality, and feeling as though every problem somehow falls on your shoulders. Have you ever shared your feelings with your partner, only to find that instead of offering support or even just listening, she turns it around, making it about how you're the problem? You open up about something troubling you, and instead of receiving empathy, you're told things like you're just being too sensitive or overreacting. This is classic emotional manipulation, crafted to make you second-guess yourself. It's one of the most perilous experiences in a relationship. Here's how it operates. Every time you raise an issue, no matter how valid, she dismisses it, making you feel as though you're the irrational one. Over time, you start to wonder, maybe it really is me. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. That's precisely what she wants. By continually invalidating your feelings, she maintains power over you. You begin to feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to bring anything up because it'll always revert back to you. Consider this. Have you ever found yourself apologizing for something you weren't even sure was your fault? That's emotional manipulation at play. You begin to believe that your feelings don't matter, and that's where the real harm begins. You lose touch with yourself, your confidence dwindles, and gradually you become dependent on her approval for everything. Here's the kicker. It's not a mistake, it's a tactic. When someone makes you feel like your emotions are unjustified, they're exerting control. They don't want you to feel secure enough to stand up for yourself, because once you do, their manipulation ceases to work. They'll chip away at your self-esteem until you can't differentiate between a healthy relationship and this toxic mess. Stop doubting yourself. You know what you feel. Your emotions are valid. If you're upset, you're upset. And a partner who genuinely cares about you will never make you feel awful for having feelings. They'll listen, strive to understand, and collaborate with you to resolve the issue. But if she consistently shuts you down, making you feel like everything is your fault, that's manipulation. Number 2, she never takes responsibility. When was the last time she truly admitted she was wrong? When did she genuinely apologize for something without flipping the script, to make you feel like it was your fault. If you can't recall, or if it's a rare occurrence, that's a major red flag. Here's the reality. We all make mistakes. That's part of being human. In a healthy relationship, both partners must own their actions. It's not about perfection, it's about accountability. When you're with someone who refuses to accept responsibility, who constantly has excuses, or worse, twists situations to make you feel like the bad guy, you're dealing with emotional manipulation at its core. Ever notice how when she messes up, the blame somehow shifts back to you? Maybe she forgot your anniversary, but instead of apologizing, she says, "If you'd reminded me, this wouldn't have happened." Or perhaps she made a snide remark in front of your friends, but when you address it, suddenly, you're the one being too sensitive or overreacting. This continual blame shifting isn't just annoying, it's toxic. It erodes trust and leaves you feeling like you're always in the wrong even when you know you aren't. Over time, this leads you to doubt yourself, your instincts, and your worth, which is exactly what she aims for, to keep you on the defensive and second-guessing yourself. Start paying attention to how often she actually says, "I'm sorry," or "I was wrong." If those words rarely escape her lips, it signals that she's uninterested in taking responsibility for her actions. Instead, she's more focused on maintaining control, keeping you on edge. A relationship where one person won't acknowledge their faults is a relationship built on shaky ground. No matter how much you love her or how hard you try to make things work, if she can't own her mistakes, you'll always end up holding the blame. And trust me, that can get exhausting quickly. The next time she attempts to turn the tables on you, don't fall for it. Call it out. Stand firm in your truth. If she can't handle a real adult conversation where both sides are heard and respected, it's time to reconsider why you're with someone who refuses to meet you halfway. Because ultimately, if she's not prepared to take responsibility for her actions, she's not ready for a genuine, healthy relationship, and you deserve better. Number 3, love bombing followed by emotional neglect. Have you ever felt like you were the focal point of someone's world one moment, only to feel completely ignored the next? That's not just disorienting, it's a manipulative tactic known as love bombing. Love bombing is among the most dangerous and deceptive red flags. At the onset of the relationship, she showers you with attention, texting you constantly, complimenting you, making you feel on top of the world. You might think, "I've finally found the one." But here's the catch. Once she knows she has you hooked, the affection starts to wane. Suddenly, you're left wondering what happened. The sweet, loving messages turn into silence, and the attention that once made you feel valued is replaced by emotional distance. One day, you're her everything. The next, you're begging for crumbs of attention. This isn't just bad luck or a sign of getting too comfortable. This is emotional manipulation. Love bombing is designed to make you addicted to the highs of the relationship, so that when she pulls away, you find yourself chasing after her, trying to regain that initial love and affection. She creates the problem, then makes you feel as though you need to fix it. Don't chase after that high. If someone's affection is only present when it's convenient for them or disappears as soon as you're fully invested, it's a game. And trust me, it's a game you can't win. Healthy love isn't a roller coaster ride where you're constantly scaling to the peak, only to crash back down again. Real love is steady, reliable, and consistent. If she's only present when she wants something or vanishes when you need her most, it's time to take a step back and acknowledge what's happening. Reflect on this. Why should you fight for attention that should be freely given? You're not a toy to be played with when she's bored and discarded when something else catches her interest. You deserve consistency, not chaos. From this point forward, when you observe someone giving you the bare minimum after an intense period of love bombing, take that as your sign. That's your wake-up call to leave. Don't hang around hoping things will revert to how they were at the beginning. That initial phase was a trap, a false reality, and now you're witnessing the truth. It's not your responsibility to chase after the affection she's withholding. Your priority should be to protect your peace and recognize when someone is manipulating your emotions for their own gain. Number 4. She's always the victim. Have you ever been in an argument where, no matter the situation, she somehow emerges as the victim, even when you're the one who's hurt? It's like playing emotional chess where she's always several moves ahead, manipulating the board so you're the one apologizing for things you didn't even do. Sound familiar? This behavior is one of the most draining red flags because it leaves you feeling like you're perpetually walking on eggshells. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on philosophy, personal growth, and living wisely. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on philosophy, personal growth, and living wisely.